times a day do parents tell kids to sit up straight? Having poor posture can lead to a lot of health issues.
Yeah, that's what my grandma used to say, sit up straight. So whether you're slouched over a computer all day or tense from the stress, that can eventually lead to spinal problems and pain. But having good posture is easier said than done.
Yeah, it really is. Dr. Joseph Lombardi is an orthopedic spine surgeon at Och Spine at NewYork-Presbyterian. He joined us now with tips to perfect our posture a bit. Nice to have you with us.
Yeah, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So you know how to do this. I don't know that we know how to do this. How do you tell if somebody has good or poor posture?
Yeah, so the reality is that it could actually be difficult to know. In today's world, it's so easy to be constantly looking down at a cell phone or computer. But I can tell you, if you're someone who spends a lot of time in front of a screen, maybe has some lingering neck or lower back pain, it's likely that suboptimal posture is contributing to that.
I mean,
a recent study of 3,000 respondents found those who work from home have up to 50% rates of chronic lower back pain and 36% reported chronic neck pain. So certainly something more pervasive than we might think.
Yeah, those pictures are pretty obvious there. So obviously that's a biggie, looking down on your screen. What are some other activities that lead to poor posture?
Yeah, so really the biggest culprit is screen time. And what we see is that patients 18 to 24 years old on average spend 8 hours a day looking at a screen. Those a little bit older, 55 and older, don't do much better. They're spending 6 hours a day. And if you think about it, that's about as much time as we spend sleeping. And so why is this bad? Well, whenever we look down at our phone and flex our neck 60 degrees, it's the equivalent of putting a 60-pound weight on the top of our head. Likewise, when we're slouching down, it's increasing the stress in our intervertebral discs by up to 200%. So all of these things are going to have really significant long-term health consequences.
I know, I feel all my problems right now as you talk about them. Okay, how should somebody sit up straight? Should they arch their back in the back, or how do you do that the right way?
Yeah, great question. And so really the goal is to maintain the natural curves of our spine. And in doing that, we're able to distribute the stress across the spinal column evenly. So if you're sitting down at a computer, which we all do throughout the day, I want you to have the top of that screen 2 to 3 inches above your eye line. That'll keep your neck in a nice neutral position. I want you to be at an arm's distance away from the screen, arms bent at 90 degrees. I want your hips to be equal or maybe slightly above the level of our knees. And importantly, I want you to maintain the natural curve to your lower back. And you could do that with a lumbar support pillow, or honestly, if you're in a pinch, just roll up a towel and put it behind your back. But the most important thing is take breaks, get up, stretch. We really want those muscles to avoid tightening up and getting contracted.
I mean, this is important stuff because it can lead to long-term issues. Is it possible to reverse poor posture?
Absolutely. And I want you to think of poor posture the way we think about diet and exercise, something that we constantly have to be working on. What we know is that the abdominal musculature is critically important to our posture. And when I talk to patients and we talk about abs, we often think about a six-pack on the beach, but the abs actually wrap around and insert on our lower back. So I stress patients to really work on their core, also posterior chain, work on the muscles in the back. And if you're in a pinch and you're not sure where to start, come see one of our therapists. They'll give you great tips and tricks on how to maintain good posture.
That's good advice. When's a good time to see a doctor? Should you do it before you're feeling the back pain? Should you go and just get checked out so, you know, a doctor can look at your back?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea to always go to expert advice for having good posture. And so anytime, please feel free to come see a doctor. But certainly if you're having persistent back pain, and especially if you're having any radiating pain in the arms or legs, that could be a sign of a pinched nerve. At NewYork-Presbyterian Och Spine, we have physical therapists, non-operative pain management doctors, and spine surgeons like myself who are doing state-of-the-art microsurgery to get you back up on your feet.
We're going to have to come in the studio and sit us up straight before the newscast from now on, Doctor.
I'd love to.
We were just talking, we've been having back pain. So Dr. Lombardi, really good advice. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.